Hey folks, welcome back to Demand Reviews. Today we're going to unbox SooSooToys the Gentlemoon. Straight up, I'd like to apologize for the leaning box. I haven't been able to fix it, so it's still leaning. The Gentlemoon, of course, is the unlicensed Moon Knight 1/6 scale toy of Stephen Grant. Hot Toys have done a Mark Spector version of Moon Knight, but they didn't do his brother, and they haven't given us a head sculpt. So here is SooSooToys to the rescue. Not only do we have the Stephen Grant version of Moon Knight in this box, but we also have the Oscar Isaac head sculpt, which is awesome because Oscar Isaac is a fan of Hot Toys. I'm very excited to see if this unlicensed portrait fits on the Hot Toys Moon Knight body. I'm also excited to see if this unlicensed portrait fits on the Hot Toys Peter Luke body for a Poe Dameron custom. Before we pop this into the light box for a deeper examination, may I request that you tap that like button and subscribe button to support my channel. Here we have the front of the box. The print quality is a bit low cost, so is the quality of the cardboard itself, but that's to be expected from a third-party manufacturer. Up top it says SooSooToys. Here it says the Gentlemoon. I love the coloring over here. I like the fact that they've used a crescent over here. In the background you have a picture of Mr. Moon. The back of the box continues that blue color scheme with different shades of blue. Really like that. You've got a lot of warnings in different languages. You've got a notice over here, SooSooToys logo right at the bottom. I always feel that the font size used by SooSooToys is slightly larger than it should be, but that's okay, at least it's readable. Time to unbox this bad boy. It's a shoebox design, so it should be pretty easy to open. Nice insert. Really like this art. So on this piece of plastic, you have some extra clothing, batteries. Oh, that does not look bad at all. At first glance, you can't tell this is a third-party figure. You might think, well, this is something by Hot Toys. Wow, that looks so good. Can't wait to get the eyes lit up. There's no instruction manual, so I'll need to figure that out. But the suit quality is also very, very good. My first impressions are that this is such a good sculpt. That mold is fantastic. I wish the paint applications were a little bit better. The skin tone leaves a little bit to be desired, but it's still very good. You can always have it repainted, but I am very happy with this sculpt. Can't wait to do some customs with this. Here you have everything that SooSooToys Mr. Gentlemoon comes with. You've got the base, you've got a white shirt with rolled up sleeves, you've got the mini Conchu statue, you've got 2 crescent blades, 2 sticks, 2 scarab beetles, 8 hands, which is pretty awesome. And of course you've got the Oscar Isaac sculpt. You can also call it the Mark Spector sculpt or the Steven sculpt. Feels like other SooSooToy bases. Nice build quality. I like the texture on top. Nice crescent, though it does seem a bit out of focus for some reason. Good quality plastic as usual. You can fit the flight pole quite easily. It's extendable too. I do like the space. I wish that there was a caption over here, but that's fine. That's something you can do yourself quite easily. Here is the shirt with the rolled up sleeve that you can get on Steven. I love the fact that they use Velcro. I don't know why companies use these tiny buttons that are so vulnerable to breakage. It looks like it was freshly ironed too, freshly pressed. This little Conchu statue is really cute. Quite a bit of detail on it for a tiny little statue from a third-party company. These crescent blades are very gorgeous. Like the dull gold, I like the texture on them. They're very good quality. You don't see any paint bleeding on anywhere. A little sharp. Might not be as good as the Hot Toys version, that came with Moon Knight, but they are still quite good. I love these two sticks. Love the scripts on them. Paint applications overall are good, but there is some inconsistency. There's some paint bleeding over here, some paint fading over here. That being said, it just makes them look like artifacts. So yeah, I do like them. You've got a couple of beetles, really good paintwork on them, highly detailed mold as well. Here's a sample of the hands. They look really good, excellent mold work. Love all the creases on the hands, makes it look like there's a human hand under the gloves. They're a dirty white color. I think they've done a pretty good job with these. Paint is very consistent. And hands are quite soft. I see no problems getting accessories in them. I see no problems attaching them to the body. Here's a closer look at the Oscar Isaac sculpt. Fantastic. I really like this mold. They've done such a good job. Side profile looks good too. Hair coloring, pretty nice. Love how the eyes look, very classy. I do think that the paint applications on the skin tone, on the stubble, on the eyebrows, they could be a little bit better. Of course, you can have it repainted by a third-party painter. It's still quite satisfactory, but the skin tone feels a little too red to me, especially at the neck. And it needs a bit more complexity to look more realistic. That being said, very happy with this. Whoa. Here we have SooSooToys the Gentlemoon, aka Steven, aka the alternative version of Moon Knight, out of the box in a museum pose. And guys, I am so impressed by the soft goods. I'm telling you, I am now a SooSooToys convert. I only bought one before and I was not impressed. Now I understand the hype. The soft goods are so gorgeous. Beautiful print work, really nice quality on the soft goods, highly detailed. The jacket, the vest, the tie, those shoes, beautiful. Just love everything about this. And the mask sculpt, I think it looks gorgeous. Very nice texture on it. Love the blue eyes. Can't wait to get the lights in. I'm going to check out how that works later because there's no instruction manual, which is a flaw with this figure. But just look at the shelf presence of this. Can you honestly look at this and say, wow, that is a third-party figure? This does not look like a third-party figure. This looks like a licensed toy. Beautiful. Normally I buy toys and I review them and then I'll probably sell them, but I'm really tempted to keep this one. What we're going to do now is we're going to put this under the portrait lens, a prime lens, to give you guys a better appreciation of how good the soft goods on this toy are. So let's take a quick look at the articulation. Head tilts left, tilts right, looks up pretty high, looks down pretty well too. Shoulder goes up. I'm sure it goes up higher, but I would have to take off the jacket, and I just think this looks so well fitted. I don't want to do that. Again, I'm sure that the rotation is much better than this, but I don't want to take off the jacket. Feel some resistance, so I'm not going to push it back further, but nice double jointed elbow. Look at that. Looks gorgeous. You can get some really cool poses with this. Very good rotation on the hand. Waist tilts left, tilts right. Good ab crunch on this. Look at that. You can probably push it further, but I don't want to crease the suit. Again, very good. Thigh rotation. Double jointed knee. Beautiful. So the ankle articulation is pretty okay, but the shoes have a tendency to pop off when you're articulating them. There's no toe articulation, of course, but the toy stands very well. So not really much of a need for toe articulation in my opinion, when it stands well, when it poses well. Overall, I would give the articulation a huge thumbs up. It is really good. I should also mention there's a bit of a fat suit in here just to give this toy some shape on the body, but doesn't hinder the articulation. So let's get the Stephen Grant sculpt on the body and see how that works. So the head comes off quite easily. I'm guessing this is the battery component, which helps light up the toy. So there are no instructions. I'm just gonna follow my gut instinct. Wow, that was pretty easy. So yeah, the sculpt looks fantastic on him. I'm very happy with how this sculpt looks. Tilts left, tilts right, looks down, looks up. And I also want to say it's been so scary to change sculpts these days, especially on like a 3-0 guts figure. So I'm just so happy that I could change this without damaging the toy. Lighting up the mask head is quite easy. Simply take out this piece from here. It's actually very similar to the Hot Toys version of Moon Knight. So you take out this part, slip in the battery, put it back in, and to activate the light, you need a magnet, and you just get it near the light, and there you go, the light is on. And then you slip it inside the mask. So I've slipped it inside. Unfortunately, the light is not very bright, so you can't really see it under any sort of lights. You need to dim the lights a little bit. So when you turn off the lights, you can certainly see the light up feature. Unfortunately, the light just bleeds all over the place. So I don't really like this feature at all. It's even on the side of the mask. I don't think it's very useful. So I'm going to quickly show you the difference between the lighting features of SooSooToys Gentlemoon and Hot Toys Moon Knight. So even under the lights, my Lucasfilms level budget lights, you can see that the eyes are quite bright, but I can't even tell in person that these are on. And yeah, now you can tell that this is lit up, but as I mentioned before, it's just a lot of bleeding all around that mask. This looks gorgeous, but I think Susu could have done a better job with this. They could have used a sort of material that blocks out the lights from the side, and the LEDs should have been brighter. Now that we've seen SooSooToys Gentlemoon's articulation and the features, it's time to take him to the toy room for some fun poses. After that, we're going to bring it back out and check out whether the sculpt fits on the Luke body for a Poe Dameron custom. So this Oscar Isaac sculpt slash Steven sculpt plugs into this body. On this ball joint. So the question is, does this have a ball joint? Let's figure that out. I think it might work. Yes, it does work. That is fantastic. So if you want to do a different display, you can use this as a Mark Spector sculpt instead of a Steven sculpt. So ever since the new Star Wars trilogy came out, fans have been disappointed that there's been no Hot Toys Poe Dameron figure. It's been doubly disappointing because we know Oscar Isaac is a bit of a Hot Toys fan. So when SooSooToys announced Mr. Gentlemoon, We're all a bit excited because we felt that we could put this sculpt on the Hot Toys Speeder Luke body and do a Poe Dameron custom. But the question is this sculpt compatible with this body? So let's take out the Luke sculpt. Always grip the body at a position that's not vulnerable. For example, you shouldn't grip it at the belt or the chest because this could break. Whoops, I dropped the helmet. Or Luke did. Ooh, I think this might actually be compatible. Sorry, Gentlemoon. Let's get this on. Let's see that works. Yeah, it does work. I am so excited. Oh, that is brilliant. That is so cool. That is so cool. I think this is where I'm going to be using the sculpt. I am overjoyed. That is so cool. I really do wish that SooSooToys was selling this so separately, but that is so cool. I wonder if the helmet's going to fit. I don't think so because that hair is quite large. No, it's not going to fit. Now, if Jazz Inc. were to make a 1/6 scale X-Wing, which would be half the size of my townhouse, this would be amazing. That is so cool. I am very happy with this. Just to give you guys an idea of how big a 1/6 scale figure is, here is SooSooToys Mr. Gentlemoon with Mafex Batman. For another size comparison from the Marvel Universe, here we have Hot Toys Wolverine 1973, and here we have Iron Man Mark 85. And I know that in terms of comic book correctness, Mark 85 / Iron Man / Tony Stark is tall, while Wolverine is short, but it still feels a bit jarring that Mark 85 is just towering over these two. With Hot Toys Moon Knight, who of course has been a feature of this review, and this custom we just did, and that is of course the sculpt from SooSooToys Gentlemoon, and this body is the Speeder Luke body. My final score for SooSooToys the Gentlemoon is going to be 4 out of 5 stars. I really love this action figure. It's a lot of fun with some really good articulation. Soft goods are very high quality and well tailored, and it's nice to have an Oscar Isaac portrait. Overall, the set is very good value for money. There are a couple of gripes though. The ankles pop off when I try to articulate them, the eye light up function looks pretty poor, and the sculpt's paint applications could be better if I'm being a bit picky. These gripes aside, this figure is a must-have for any fan of Moon Knight, or anyone who wants to do a custom Mark Spector mercenary figure, or anyone who wants to do a Poe Dameron figure. That's my review, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you can tap that like button and subscribe button, and hope you tune in again soon to Nomad Reviews.